give me action roles. Let me tell you. I really love a lot of like your House of Flying Daggers, Crash and Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I'm a huge Lee fan. Hero, Seven Swords. Like these are like some of my favorite films of all time. So I don't know. The day I get to do something like that would just be like epic. So I hopefully will be doing more action. That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to ask you this first. So you start in the film One Ranger, which comes out in digital on demand in theaters on May 5th. I got a chance to watch the movie. I really enjoyed it. So, but how would you best describe this film?
I would call it a fun, wacky, action-filled romp where you get to see me and Thomas Jane buddy cop, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. And again, I really loved you two on screen. I thought you two worked together very well. And for your character, oh yeah, of course, you play Agent Jennifer Smith, who has a lot of strong qualities. What ultimately drew you to the role?
I think firstly, getting to work with Thomas Jane again was top of my list because I love doing the Expanse with him. And so, but then the nature of these roles is so different in contrast to the roles we play on the Expanse. And I also, it's really fun for me to like, I'm from the East End in London, go a little more into playing like a working class blue collar kind of East End character. And I put my kind of own spin on it with the kind of skinhead vibe. Early skinhead, not neo-Nazi skinhead. So I wanted to create this kind of look that very much spoke to working class London and create this character that embodies that. And so that really drew me to playing Smith as well. I just thought it would be so much fun, and it was.
And again, this film has its share of action scenes, and you were involved in a few of them. How much fun? Yeah. How much fun was it for you to be involved in those fighting scenes as well as shooting scenes?
I love doing action. Like, I can't tell you, it's so much fun. I think as well, I was a backup dancer for like 12 years before I started acting. And so there is an element of fight choreography that is like dance choreography, like, you know, kind of picking it up and putting everything in place, but then just kind of getting to express like rage, like, but I guess with this character, a bit more technique. But I just find it so much fun. And I am always up for doing anything with action. And I think I kind of like was on the Expanse for 7 years. I wasn't even allowed really to pick up a gun because my character, she was a bit of a, not really a pacifist, but lean towards that way of thinking in some respect. So I was just like, give me all the action scenes. I actually said this to Jesse when I was like, if you want to like pile on the action with me, go ahead, because I love it. I find it so much fun.
And you get to work with Thomas Jane, and both of you were on the show The Expanse, which is on Sci-Fi and Prime Video. What was it like to reunite with him?
Oh, it was great. He's just awesome. And we only got a few scenes that we got to do in The Expanse, actually. Right. It wasn't a lot of it together. He did come back and direct an episode, which was great. So it was just fun to work with him again in like acting capacity and be opposite this kind of Texas Ranger that he created, and meet him with my East End detective specialist. And it was just great. I adore him.
And this film also stars John Malkovich. And it was funny because I'm so used to seeing him in kind of villainous roles, and for him to be kind of an ally to you and Thomas Jane's character is kind of different. So what was it like working with him?
I mean, it's John Malkovich. Like,
yeah, right.
When we say what else drew me to the project, I was like, I'm sorry, John's going to be in this. So yeah, it was very cool. So it's only a couple scenes, but yeah, it was great. And very kind of, as a younger actor, it's very cool to be in anything with him next to someone of his kind of stature, you know. It was great.
Of course. And this film focuses on the Texas Rangers, then, you know, with Thomas Jane playing a Texas Ranger character. And there's been portrayals of Texas Rangers over the years, most notably Walker Texas Ranger. But how much did you know about the Texas Rangers before taking on this role?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I think I'm like Smith in that way. She's just like, what do you mean we're getting a Texas Ranger to help out? And I think, I didn't know anything. It's such a niche, like outside of America, I think. Maybe I'm being a bit ignorant, but I guess we probably have park rangers in the UK, but it's not like a thing. I just don't know it to be a thing. So yeah, I didn't know anything about them. So I kind of learned about it really through this film and through TJ's portrayal.
Yeah, not too many places here in the United States have something like the Texas Rangers. I'm from Atlanta, yeah, and they have like, instead of the FBI, we have the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which is kind of something similar, but not too many states in the country have something like the Texas Rangers, which is why it's so interesting for them to be on a TV show or a movie. So, I thought that was great to see that, collaboration with the Texas Rangers and the British intelligence agency. So I thought that was great. But I'm sure overall you enjoyed filming the movie. But what was the best thing about working on this film?
I think the character, I just had such fun creating her and really just embody it. I haven't played anyone like her before, and I'm always looking for that. It sounds a bit cliche. I'm sure every actor says this, but you just want to play as many different people as possible. And to create a character like this and create a character like this opposite a Texas Ranger, I just thought it was just so cool. And I really, really enjoyed putting the pieces of Smith together with Jesse. So probably that. Jesse really trusted me with Smith as well. Mm-hmm. I think there was an idea of her on the page, and I very much was like, can she have straight back braids? Can she dress like this? And he was just like, this is so like out of what I was thinking, like this kind of like mixed race black skinhead from the East End who's a cop. It was just like a whole left, but I was like, this is what I want to do. And he trusted me with it. I'm glad, because I like taking those kind of risks with characters. So I think, building her and putting her on screen has been an absolute joy.
And after working on this film, do you see yourself doing more action films down the road?
Oh God. Give me action roles. Let me tell you. I really love a lot of like your House of Flying Daggers, Crashing Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I'm a huge Lee fan. Hero, Seven Swords. Like these are like some of my favorite films of all time. So I don't know. The day I get to do something like that would just be like epic. So I hopefully will be doing more action. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I hope so too. And just a few more questions before I let you go. We talked about the Expanse a little bit, and that ended its run last year. What did you miss most about being on the show?
The cast. They're just wonderful people. Partly why I was like, let's work together again with Thomas Jane. And if I could work with all of them again in a different capacity, I absolutely would. But we just created such a bond, and not just the cast, like the creators as well. I just think we were so proud of what we made, and we were all very much on the same page with what we were doing. And I just think there's bonds for life there. Like whenever I'm in LA or Atlanta or wherever everyone is, I see them. So it's just, I just think they're all wonderful. So definitely the people.
Of course. And one last question for me before I let you go is, along with your work on One Ranger, do you have any other projects that you're working on that you can talk about?
I have just got something. I don't know if I can talk about it though.
Right.
But I don't know. But I've just finished a docudrama.
Oh, okay.
That's all I say. Yeah. But that will be coming out next year at some point. So.
All right, great. Well, looking forward to it. Dominique, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Continued success to you.